Hare Krishna, Arjun Sakha Prabhu. Very nice to see you over here. Just to give a quick intro to those who may not know Prabhu, or those who know him and want to hear about him again. Arjun Sakha Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Sri Radha Maharaj, who is a senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and very well known for his classes on Srimad Bhagavatam. Academically, Arjun Sakha Prabhu holds a master's in information systems from New Jersey, and spiritually holds a Bhakti Shastri degree from ISKCON Chowpatty, Mumbai. He has been actively preaching in many ISKCON centers across the world and has been inspiring and helping the youth go deeper in their chanting and hearing of Krishna Katha at ISKCON Seattle. In his childhood, he was fortunate enough to get immense personal association of Sri Bhakti Swarup Damodar Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada's dear scientist disciple, who sowed the seed for his Krishna consciousness. We're very happy to welcome Arjun Sakha Prabhu here today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you all for very kindly joining for this weekly youth jam. I've always heard about youth jam, but this is the first time Krishna has been kind that in the month of Kartik I'm able to associate with all of you all. Many of the names and many of the faces are familiar from different congregations. But also before I begin, my heartfelt congratulations to Balaram Prabhu. I can see an initiated name there, Rajaras Bhavana Prabhu. My heartfelt congratulations. I was speaking to Avantika earlier when we had a call, and she also I saw has a new name. And to all the devotees who got initiated recently, my heartfelt gratitude. Hadai Pran Prabhu is there. Congratulations, Prabhu, for your Brahman Diksha and Saffron. And to all the devotees who have got initiated or who are even aspiring, I hope and pray that Sachinandan Gauranga Mahaprabhu is kind and he accepts each one of us at his very wonderful lotus feet. Before I begin, I would want to offer my humble obeisances to all of y'all. Please accept my most humble obeisances. Vansha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Let us chant the Mangalacharan prayers, seek auspiciousness from our spiritual superiors like Srila Prabhupada, and then get started in our today's discussion. Om Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadhi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gurave Gaurachandraya, Radhikaya Tadalaye, Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya, Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha, Ananda Leelamaya Vigrahaya, Hemavadivya Chavisundaraya, Tasmai Mahaprema Rasapradaya, Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste, Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste, Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste, Nityananda Maham Navami, Sarvananda Karam Hari Nama Pradam Devam, Avadhuta Shiromani. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Sri Nityananda Rama ki Jai. Before we begin, dear devotees, very humble request. If it's feasible and if it's possible, if we can turn our videos on so that I can see everyone and it's not, I don't get an impersonal feeling just by seeing the black screens. So if it's possible and if you're there in a place where we can turn our videos on, that is highly encouraged. So we see that this is the most holy, auspicious month of Kartik. And this is that month that signifies or glorifies Srimati Radharani. From the first day to the last day, Srimati Radharani has been glorified. And this is that historic month where we have so many festivals. Right from the first day to the last day, it is filled with festivals. Mention some festivals, tell me some festivals that happen in this month of Kartik. You start with Sharad Purnima, number one. What's the other festivals that come in Kartik? Feel free to unmute.
Govardhan Puja recently happened.
Govardhan Puja, yes, Govardhan Puja. That festival when there is prasadam everywhere. Second.
Gopashtami.
Gopashtami, okay. What else? Diwali, yes. Diwali is the day when Lala was bound, Thakurji was bound, Damodar was bound. Yes, what else?
Tulsi Viva.
Tulasi Viva, okay. We also have on the last day, we have Kartik Purnima. So Sharad Purnima or Sharadiya Ras Purnima and Kartik Purnima are the 2 days when, first and the last day, when Krishna performs his rasa dance. And it's also the time when Dimbarka Acharya appears in this world on Kartik Purnima. So it's filled with festivals. Every step is a dance and every word is a song. Every day is a festival. In Vrindavan Dham, in Golok Dham, every day is a festival. I was at one place and I was making this point as to how every day is a festival. And I said that for Tritiya, we have Akshay Tritiya. Day 3, Akshay Tritiya. Then you have Chaturthi. What do you have for Chaturthi? Ganesh Chaturthi. Day 4. Panchami. What festival do we celebrate on Panchami?
Vasant Panchami.
Vasant Panchami. I was there in one congregation. I wouldn't name the congregation, but I was there in one congregation and I was saying this point. And I said, Panchami, what is the festival? And then one devotee put his hand up and said, Prabhuji, Nag Panchami. I said, Nag Panchami is not a Gaudiya festival. So Vasant Panchami. Then Shashti. What is there on Shashti? Day 6.
Lalita Shashti.
Lalita Shashti. Yes, Lalita Shashti. Day 7, Saptami.
Advaita Saptami.
Advaita Saptami, yes. Day 8, Ashtami. Chalo, ye to aana hi chahiye, Ashtami. What do you celebrate on Ashtami?
Janmashtami, Radhashtami.
Janmashtami, Radhashtami. Anything else?
Bahulashtami.
Bahulashtami, yes. Day 9, Navami.
Ramnavami, Sita.
Ram Navami, Sita Navami. Others can also participate. We have Ram Navami and Sita Navami. How about day 10, Dashami?
Vijayadashami.
Vijayadashami, yes, day 10 Vijayadashami. Day 11, Ekadashi, the day that we love the most. There used to be a time when Ekadashi was Actually a fast. Nowadays, Ekadashi is no more austerity. You have Ekadashi pasta, Ekadashi pizza, Ekadashi lasagna. Ekadashi is no more an austerity. You have all the varieties. So people wait for Ekadashis. Hmm? I am still waiting for the day for Ekadashi. They will start making even Gauranga potatoes. That will be height of Ekadashi. Hmm? So that is day 11. How about day 12? Dwadashi.
Vamana Dvashi.
Vaman Dwadashi. Yes, Chaitanya Prabhu. Vaman Dwadashi. How about day 13? Trayodashi.
Nityananda Prabhu.
Nityananda Trayodashi. Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Day 14. Chaturdashi.
Narsimha Chaturdashi.
Narsimha Chaturdashi. Yes, Niharika. Narsimha Chaturdashi. Day 14. Day 15. Purnima. What do you celebrate on Purnima? Balaram Purnima. Yes. Brajarasa Bhavana Prabhu. Balaram Purnima. Balaram Purnima. And then we have Sharad Purnima.
Bhadra Purnima.
Bhadra Purnima. Oh, yes. Okay. The world can forget Bhadra Purnima. Yes, we can never forget Bhadra Purnima. Yes, Bhadra Purnima.
Gaur Purnima.
Gaura Purnima. Yes, Gaura Purnima. How about day 16? There is no day 16, only till day 15. Sometimes devotees get so much into thinking. Day 15 taki, we have till Purnima. So what are we seeing here? Every day is a festival. We say that every day is a festival. We actually saw from day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Every day is a festival. So literally the path that we are treading on, the path that we are following, every day is celebration. So we see that some mention that for Purnima, we mentioned that Gaura Purnima is celebrated. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he comes down in this world, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the prime reason for Mahaprabhu coming down to this world is to taste the mood of Srimati Radharani. Prema rasa niryasa korite swadan rag marga bhakti loke korite pracharan rasikha shekhara Krishna parama karuna edo hetu hoite ichhara udgama. This almost follows the tune of Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chintamani Dhama Ratana Mandira Manohara. The good thing about Chaitanya Charitamrita is every verse you can sing it in Vrindavana Ramya Sthana tune. Every verse. So that's, if you're writing it down, that's one point you can note. We can buy at every verse in Vrindavana Ramya Sthana tune. So it's more melodious and it's more catchy. So why is Mahaprabhu coming down? Premaras niryas koriteaswad, and he's coming down to taste the fruit of Radha Bhav. He's coming down to taste the fruit of Radha Prem. But Mahaprabhu in Gambhira in Jagannath Puri, he's tasting the fruit. And now he's so absorbed in tasting the fruit that he's not doing any preaching. For 18 years, Mahaprabhu is simply tasting the fruit. But no one is preaching. So who is that personality who was going door to door to preach? It was Nityananda Prabhu. Ghare ghare phule prem ami arabhan. In every house, in every town, in every village, Nityananda Prabhu would go and he would knock. He would knock the door. And when people would open, Nityananda Prabhu would fall at their feet. And what would Nityananda Prabhu say? Bhaja Gaurango, Kaha Gaurango, Leha Gaurangero Namure. Jai Jana Gaurango Bhaje, Se hoy amar pran re, Se hoy nitayra pran re. Those who chant the name of Gauranga, they become the life and soul of Nitai. So it was Nityananda Prabhu who was doing the preaching. Mahaprabhu was tasting the fruit. In every town and village, our Nityananda Prabhu was going this way. Chaitanya and Nityananda have come to rescue all of us. Prabhupada was there at 26 2nd Avenue. This is the early days. And when Prabhupada was preaching, he had a heavy Bengali accent. And those who were hearing, they were all hippies, 18, 19 years old. So imagine they don't know the content and they are not even able to follow Prabhupada's English because it's heavy Bengali accent. So Prabhupada said, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to shave all of you all. So the hippies who were sitting, they said, Prabhupada, shave? Maybe save. Prabhupada said, first he will save, then he will save. Then he will save you, then he will shave you. Mahaprabhu is coming for both. First he will save, then he will shave. Of course, only the boys, not the girls. But he is coming to save and shave. Actually, when Prabhupada was there at 26 Second Avenue, his pastimes are very, very sweet. Satsvarup Maharaj writes, when Prabhupada initially was speaking, Satsvarup Maharaj would have his notes. And he would write, when Prabhupada would speak, he would write sun tan, sun tan, sun tan. In his notes, he has written sun tan, sun tan. And then Satsvarup Maharaj was saying, years later I got to know that is Sanatan, Sanatan, Sanatan. When Prabhupada would speak, we would think suntan, suntan. So if you see his notes was filled with suntan, suntan, suntan. It's a big time challenge. For us, we have subtitles and captions and all those things. But imagine 18, 19-year-old hippies, they don't know the content, they have not heard about Krishna, and everything is very, very foreign. The only attraction for them is prasadam. That's the only attraction for which they come. I always say this, in our ISKCON temples, one thing is common. For a Sunday feast class, you will have 50 people. For Sunday feast prasadam, you will have 100 people. From where that extra 50 comes, even Krishna doesn't know. Automatically, you will see the number of chappals in the shoe stand will increase for prasadam. And it is global. Across ISKCON, in every North American center or even centers in India, prasadam is the big time attraction. So we see when Prabhupada was speaking, he was glorifying Chaitanya and Nityananda. And primarily Nityananda Prabhu is the person who was going door to door and preaching. One time in the house of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Who is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami? Author of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Who is the author of Srimad Bhagavatam? Who is the author of Bhagavatam?
Vyasadeva.
Vyasadeva. And who spoke Bhagavatam?
Srila Shukdev Goswami.
Sutta
Sukadeva
Goswami.
Goswami. Okay, now I have a question. What is the difference between Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam? What's the difference between Gita and Bhagavatam? We said Bhagavatam is by Sukadeva Goswami. Yes, Ranchar Prabhu.
Gita is Krishna, what Krishna says, and Bhagavatam is what Krishna does.
100% correct. Perfect. Bullseye. Bhagavad Gita is what Krishna is speaking. Words of God. Song of God. And Bhagavatam is about Krishna. Oftentimes what happens is when questions are asked, when newcomers come and ask us questions, and that spur of the moment we don't have an answer. So whatever we have heard in the last 15 years, we download everything. Full ISKCON Desiratory we download. Whatever we heard last 15 years, all verses, all philosophy, everything we put it under the throat. But we have to understand that person is new, so it might just go over the head. So in very simple language, Gita is words of God or song of God, and Bhagavatam is about God. Pastimes about the Supreme Lord. At the house of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami at Jhamatpur, there is one very beautiful pastime occurred. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami had organized a home program. You see, primarily in Kartik, we have so many home programs that happen. So this is parampara. Even during Kaviraj Goswami's time, there was home program. Kaviraj Goswami had organized a home program and everyone were invited. And in that assembly, one devotee by the name Meenaketan Ramdas was also invited. Now, Meenaketan Ramdas was very ecstatic. Very, very ecstatic. Why? He would come with the flute. And whomever he would see, he would hit them with the flute.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I think your audio slightly started ducking or clipping.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. No idea what the technical glitch was. It's better now? Okay. We are talking about Meenaketan Ramdas. Meenaketan Ramdas was invited to the house of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Now, Meenaketan Ramdas is a very interesting personality. He would walk with a flute. And whomever he would see, he would hit them with a flute. Imagine you go for a home program and the host, he has a flute or he has a mridanga. And you come and the prasadam is, he is hitting you with a mridanga. Probably that's the last time you would go for that home program. Meenaketan Ramdas would hit with a flute. And if you think this is height, he would not stop here. Transcendentally, he would also slap devotees. Very ecstatic. He would slap devotees. And now devotees would take it in the right spirit because they knew Meenaketan Ramdas is very advanced. Now, Meenaketan Ramdas is an associate of Nityananda Prabhu, follower of Nityananda Prabhu. Now, in that home program that was going on, there was one pujari by the name Gunarnava Mishra. And Gunarnava Mishra was worshipping the deities. And Shastra explains Gunarnava Mishra was a Kanishta Adhikari. There are 3 stages: Kanishta, Madhyam, and Uttam. Who can quickly unmute and tell me what is the difference between Kanishta, Madhyam, and Uttam? What's the definition of a Kanishta?
Kanishta is like who's like fallen,
Fallen, okay.
and
Anyone?
Madhyama,
Yes, continue.
and Madhyama is like when you're like a devotee, like you do, like you're pure, and then like when you're like an Uttamadhikari, you're like very pure devotee, like very pure.
Pure, yes. Uttam, very, very pure. Okay, good answer. Yes, Divya Sundari Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu, I don't know about Madhya Adhikari. Sorry, my head background. But from my understanding, Ganishta Adhikari is anyone who still has their nartas and are still looking through that lens. Uttamadhikari is someone like our senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada who have dedicated their lives for this mission. They've dedicated their lives to the parampara. And therefore, because they are purely doing everything for that, they have essentially lost those anarthas.
Okay. Okay, now we have 2 different answers.
I don't know if that's correct.
That is very much correct. The reason I'm asking is when there is interaction, the mind starts thinking. And every devotee can come up with answers which we may or may not have thought. And there is no right or wrong answer because whatever we have heard from whatever Prabhupada disciples classes we have heard, whatever comes to our head, we can share. It will just help. Yes, Vishakha Mataji.
So, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Kanishta Adhikari is one who just believes in like Krishna is everything and does not like care about the devotees or does not believe that the devotees are equally important. Madhyam Adhikari also believes that the devotees are as important as Krishna is, and also preaches. And Uttam Adhikari is a pure devotee of the highest level, and sometimes they come down to the level of Madhyam Adhikari to preach.
Very nice. Very accurate. Yes, Abhay Mehra Prabhu. I am from ISV.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. This is a little simpler answer than what others have given, but I think the difference between all 3 of the different adhikaris is their level of shraddha and how much they have and how firm it is.
Perfect. I wouldn't call this a simple answer. This is really to the point. Wonderful. Yes, Gopal Prabhu from Portland.
Haribo, I think on Upadeshamrita Rupa Goswami, verse 5 gives a description. So I think Prabhupada in commentary matches it to the three levels of devotees. The first one is the first Kanishta is the one who has even chanted once the name of Krishna. Yes. And the Madhyama is the one who has taken Diksha from some guru, and then the Uttama is like the Nindadi Shunya, like the one who has fully like, I don't remember the exact translation, but like who's completely devoid of all anarthas, basically. I think vaguely that's what the verse is saying.
Perfect, 100%. And you see, there are many definitions, and every point that was made was very correct. Because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked during the Chaturmas, in 3 different years, Mahaprabhu gave 3 definitions of Kanishta, Madhyam, and Uttam. And there Mahaprabhu gives all 3 definitions in connection to chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. While at the same time, Shastra also says another definition of Kanishta, Madhyam, and Uttam is Kanishta is someone who sees Krishna in the deity but doesn't see Krishna in the heart of others. And that is why he goes around criticizing everyone. Because he doesn't see Krishna in the heart, he will go around criticizing. Hey, isne wo kiya, usne wo kiya. Prabhuji, this devotee is good, but lekin. So that he plays good mridanga, but still, we always look for that still, lekin. We are never into the mood of completely appreciating someone. Yeah, he's good, Prabhuji, that Mataji is good, lekin, but still, we always look for that criticism. So Kanishta, it is explained, is someone who sees Krishna in the deity, but doesn't see Krishna in the heart of others, and that is why he freely goes around criticizing everyone. Madhyam is someone who sees Krishna in the deity and sees Krishna in the heart of everyone, and that's why he will not criticize. कहाँ लेना निंदा करे कृष्ण कृष्ण बोले अजय चैतन्य से जीनी बेका होले. Vrindavan Das Thakur Chaitanya Bhagavat explains. He will not criticize others, but in the time of criticism, he will chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and he will protect himself. So Kanishta is someone who sees Krishna in the deity, but doesn't see Krishna in others. Madhyam is someone who sees Krishna in the deity and sees Krishna in others. And Uttam is someone who only sees Krishna everywhere. Wherever he sees only Krishna. That is the highest stage. So, in the pastime of Gunarnava Mishra, it is very beautifully explained. Gunarnava Mishra was a Kanishta Adhikari. He saw Krishna in the deity, but he didn't have faith in devotees. And he didn't have faith in Meenaketan Ramdas. Why he didn't have faith in Meenaketan Ramdas? Because he did not respect Nityananda Prabhu. Just imagine. Chaitanya and Nityananda have appeared in this world to uplift and deliver everyone. And he is loving and respecting Gauranga Mahaprabhu, but he doesn't have any faith and any love for Nitai. He no Nitai bine bhai, Radha Krishna pahite nai. He no Nitai bine bhai, Radha Krishna pahite nai. Drida kori dharo Nitai pai. Our acharyas explain, without Nitai, there is no way of getting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No way, no way, no way. Mahaprabhu himself actually says this in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Se tahare priti kare se kare amare, satya 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 vipra kohila tumare. Mahaprabhu tells a Brahmana that, my dear Brahmana, no one can ever get me without Nityananda Prabhu. And I say this because this is the truth, this is the truth, this is the truth. Satya, 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 Kohila Tumare. It's almost like Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Kalo Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva. Three times. Shastra, in fact, has many verses like this where three times the same word has been used. So here, Gunarnava Mishra did not have faith for Meenaketan Ramdas. And Meenaketan Ramdas knew this. But he didn't say anything. Nor did Gunarnava Mishra say anything. As the program unfolded, the brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, even he didn't have respect for Nityananda Prabhu. Now you can imagine, this is height. The author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, his own brother has no respect for Nitai. So, brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and Meenaketan Ramdas get into an argument. They get into a debate and it was very heated. And Meenaketan Ramdas was so offended that he just left the place. And in fact, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also felt so offended that his worshipable Lord Nityananda Prabhu was not even respected by his own brother. It is after this it is explained that Nityananda Prabhu that night comes in the dream of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and asks Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to go to Vrindavan. To me jao Vrindavan. Go to Vrindavan and now write Chaitanya Charitamrita. So what is the point that we are trying to make here? There have been personalities who have been the brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and still did not have faith in Nityananda Prabhu. There have been personalities like Gunarnava Mishra who was practically in the association of Gauranga and Nityananda but still doesn't have faith. This word faith is very sensitive. In one go, the faith can be destroyed. And that same faith takes lifetimes to nurture. The faith that we have developed, Shraddha Shabde Vishwasa Kahe Sudrida Nishchay, Krishna Bhakti Kaila Sarva Karma Krita Hoy. This faith, this Shraddha that we have, for 40 youth to come together to chant and hear, this comes after lifetimes together. Brahmande Brahmita Konam Hagyava Anjir. It doesn't come for everyone. लब्ध्वा सुदुर्लभमिदं बहुसंभवन्ते मानुष्यमर्तदम अनित्यमपीह तीरा तूर्णं यतेत न पतेत नु मृत्यु यावन् निःश्रेयसाय भगवन् खलु सर्वतः स्यात्. Canto 11 Srimad Bhagavatam says the same point. Human life is very, very rare. And in that human life, to get faith to Gauranga and Nityananda is even more rare. And that faith can be cultivated when we are in the right association of devotees. When we are there with people who are very materialistically motivated, then it's only a matter of time. We may be there in the moment, but we are still not part of the moment. We may come for Sunday feast, but heart is still not changed. Just wearing dhoti kurta or just wearing devotional clothes doesn't make us a devotee. It's the application part in our life. Knowing Shastra doesn't make us a devotee. Even Hiranyakashipu knew Shastra. Even Ravana knew Shastra. In fact, Hiranyakashipu was so proficient in Shastra, if you put him on Vyasasana, he could give a very wonderful class. But we don't worship Hiranyakashipu, right? We don't keep him on the altar. During Narsingha Puja, we don't worship Hiranyakashipu. Why? Because he knew the philosophy, but he lacked the application part. So knowing the philosophy doesn't make us a devotee. It's how well we apply that in our life. These personalities, Ravana, Kamsa, Hiranyakashipu, etc., knew the philosophy but lacked application. Krishna from his brother lacked faith. Gunarnava Mishra lacked faith. So that faith which those personalities didn't have, we have got it. Can you imagine how fortunate we are? Kaviraj Goswami's brother does not have faith in Nitai, but we have faith in Nityananda Prabhu. Vrindavan Das Thakur explains, Nityananda prasade se Gaura Chandra jani, Nityananda prasade se Vaishnavera chini, Nityananda prasade se Ninda jarashay, Nityananda prasade se Vishnu bhakti hai. By Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, we get Gauranga. By Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, the tendency of committing offenses goes away. By Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, we get the mercy of Vaishnavas. And by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, we get Krishna. Without Nitai, no one makes any advancement on this path. So faith unto the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu is the basic element that is required for anyone to make advancement. Even to get Gauranga Mahaprabhu, it starts with Nitai. From Nitai, you go to Gaura. From Gaura, you go to Srimati Radharani. From Radharani, you go to Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is far-fetched reality. And seeing our bhakti, seeing the way we chant, Krishna is definitely far-fetched reality. We know the way we chant. Our chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is very transcendental. The way we chant, hand and this finger is very, very active, mind you. As we are chanting, it is scrolling. Instagram, Snapchat, this reel, that reel. Only if Prabhupada knew that this is how we are going to use the index finger, he would have sealed this also. No more using this. With that one index finger, we are constantly scrolling. And when we chant, the syllables are less heard. Usually different devotees, especially morning chanting, different devotees will have different rasa. Some devotees will be, some will be only the second part they will say louder, like Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You have different flavors of devotees, right? In different temples you would have seen. Even Krishna would be thinking, whom are you calling? If you call me, I will come. Kinko bula rahe ho? Whom are you calling? And oftentimes you see when we chant, we skip the starting H. It's Hare Krishna. We skip the starting H. What do we say? Hare Krishna. Now in Sanskrit, Ari means enemy. So Hare means, oh enemy Krishna, oh enemy Krishna. Krishna is thinking to himself, Krishna is scratching his head. Kinko bola rahe? Are you calling me or are you calling? You say you are my devotee and you are calling me an enemy. Are Ram, Are Ram. Ari means enemy, and Are means oh, like Radha becomes Radhe. Ari, Are. So pronunciation is also important. Yes, Krishna is Bhavagrahi, but little pronunciation is important. So for us, our lifesaver is Nityananda Prabhu. It is Nityananda. Because of Nityananda Prabhu, we get Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we get Sri Krishna, and because of Sri Krishna, we get because of Radharani, and then we get Sri Krishna. And it all starts with Sri Guru. Who is Sri Guru? Nitya Swarup Shakti. Gurudev in our life is Nitya Swarup Shakti. He is not different from Nityananda Prabhu. प्रिय एव तस्य वंदे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदम. Who is he? He is Sakshat Bhagavan. He may not say I am Bhagavan, but for the disciple, oh, Sri Guru is not different. So he is Nitai Swarup Shakti. So we see faith unto the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu is the basis. And now, where does Nityananda Prabhu appear in this world? Where does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appear? Mahaprabhu appears in Nadia, Navadvipa. Where does Nitai appear? Which is the place that Nityananda Prabhu appears in this world?
Aakachakra.
Aakachakra. Shri Aakachakra Dhama ki Jai. Nityananda Prabhu appears in Aakachakra. Why Aakachakra? Now Shastra gives multiple reasons why Nityananda Prabhu appears in Aakachakra. Chaitanya Bhagavat very beautifully explains that Gauranga Mahaprabhu is like the sun and Nityananda Prabhu is like the moon. And Vrindavan Das Thakur says, for the first time, the sun and the moon have risen in the same horizon. Normally, sun rises, and when the sun sets, moon rises. But Vrindavan Das Thakur says, for the first time, the sun like Gauranga Mahaprabhu and the moon like Nityananda Ram have risen in the same horizon to dispel the darkness of Kali. And if there is no sun, and if there is no moon, oh well, that place is not different from hell. Because hell is that place where there is no sun, there is no moon. Srila Prabhupada landed in London, Heathrow Airport, LHR. And you see, when Prabhupada would land, the reporters would practically mob him. Because it was very foreign for them, right? Shaven head, sannyasi, tridandi. It was very, very foreign for them. So Prabhupada landed in London Heathrow Airport. And the reporters came to Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, can you define hell? Now Prabhupada has 30 seconds to answer. So Prabhupada cannot speak the 5th canto of the Bhagavatam. He cannot explain the 28 types of hell. He only has 30 seconds to answer. Now imagine if this question is asked to you. If a newcomer comes up to you and says, Prabhuji, can you explain what is hell? What will we say? By the time we will think for an answer, 30 seconds is gone. Next question. Right? It's very difficult to even come up with an answer. These reporters, they put the mic to Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, can you define hell? And Prabhupada very coolly, Prabhupada said, hell? Oh, it is cold, it is dark, and it is gloomy, just like your London. He said, it is cold, it is dark, and it is gloomy. It is practically going to London and roasting them. He was in London and he said, it is cold, dark, and gloomy, just like your London. Gaur Premanande, that reporter never asked a question after that. Prabhupada was very, very, yes, spiritual revenge. Prabhupada had an answer for everything. He always had an answer. One time, one person came to Prabhupada. He was an Indian gentleman. And he said that, Swamiji, I don't bow my head in front of anyone. So Prabhupada said, really? You don't bow your head in front of anyone? He said, no. I will not bow my head in front of Krishna and I don't bow my head in front of anyone. Now, this is the wrong thing you say in front of Prabhupada. He who is a Guru, you don't challenge him in these topics. Prabhupada said, really? You don't bow in front of anyone? He said, yes, I don't bow in front of anyone. Prabhupada said, when you go for haircut, how do you cut your hair? He said like this. Prabhupada said, when you can bow your head in front of barber, why not in front of Shasvasundar? When you can do it in front of barber, why not in front of Krishna? That person was... This is something that he couldn't even think of. Is the audio clear? Or is it again cutting?
Sometimes it's like dipping a little bit, like it's getting like you're in like a tunnel or something. But
Okay.
it comes back, so it's okay.
Okay. So Srila Prabhupada always had an answer, a spiritual answer for everything. So now the question arises, why did Nityananda Prabhu appear in Aakachakra? We mentioned that Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared in Nadia, Navadvipa. But why does Nitai appear in Aakachakra? Now there are multiple reasons for this. First reason that comes up is Krishna, during Mahabharata, Krishna promises. What does he promise? He promises, I will not pick up any astra shastra. I will not pick up weapons. But what does he do? He picks up the wheel and he throws the wheel. He who had promised something, he ends up breaking his own promise. He promised that I will not pick up any astra shastra, not pick up weapons. But he picks up a wheel to protect his devotees. This is why you see in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 9th chapter, text 31. Does anyone remember which verse it is? Chapter 9, text 31. Where Krishna says, my devotee never perishes. What's the verse? ISV youth. Yes, someone said it.
Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati kaunteya patijanihi name bhakta pranashiti.
Yes, thank you so much, Annamai Prabhu. Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. Now, if you read the translation for that, after the class, read the translation. What does Krishna say there? Krishna says, O son of Kunti, boldly declare, which means you declare, that my devotee never perishes. Why? Krishna could have himself said. He is saying that boldly declare, you declare. Why you declare? Because Krishna has a track record of breaking his own promise. He has promised in the past that he will not pick up Astra Shastra, but he picked up the wheel. So Krishna is thinking to himself, people will not believe me. If I say my devotee doesn't perish, people will not believe me. But if Arjuna says that Krishna's devotee don't perish, then the world will take it seriously. This is why Krishna on purpose, he puts it on Arjuna. You boldly declare that my devotee never perishes. Name bhakta pranashati. So that Krishna who picks up the wheel and who throws the wheel, that wheel, the place where it fell, that place got the name Aakachakra, because Chakra means wheel and Eka means one. That place where the Chakra fell down is Aakachakra. Now question arises, why does Nitai appear there? What is the connection of Nityananda Prabhu and Aakachakra? Now very beautifully, Shastra explains that Mahaprabhu, as we mentioned, is like the sun, right? Mahaprabhu is like the sun. Now the sun god who is there, he drives a chariot. He has a charioteer and he drives a chariot. Now please hear this very carefully. Mahaprabhu is like the sun, and the sun god, he drives a chariot. He has a charioteer and he's sitting on a chariot, and this chariot takes him ahead. This charioteer who is there, who's driving the chariot, his name is Aruna, and he is orangish in complexion. This is why before the sun rises, we see the horizon is always orange in complexion. Why? Because when the chariot is coming towards us, we first see the charioteer, then we see the person sitting behind, right? We first see the charioteer, then we see the person sitting behind. Likewise, when Surya Dev is coming on the chariot of the horizon, we are first seeing the charioteer who is Aruna, who is orangish in complexion, and then we see the sun. But now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like the sun, who is sitting on the chariot. This chariot is the Sankirtan movement. And the different wheels who are there to the side, including charioteer, are the different associates of Mahaprabhu. Like Gadadhar Pandit, Kashishwar Pandit, Haridas Thakur. Who are the other associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? You have Haridas Thakur, you have Kashishwar Pandit, Brahmananda Bharati,
Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramayana.
Swarup Damodar Goswami. Who is that personality who is always there with Swarup Damodar Goswami?
Ramananda.
Ramananda Rai, yes.
And Govinda.
One Govinda, yes, Mahaprabhu's associate. One more associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anyone?
Srivas Thakur.
Srivas Thakur, yes. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Different associates of Mahaprabhu. They are like the different wheels who are assisting Mahaprabhu in the Sankirtan movement. But the sun god who is there, the chariot that he drives in, there is one big wheel ahead. In the ahead of the chariot, there is one very big wheel, and it is that one big wheel which is driving the whole chariot ahead. The remaining small wheels are there, but it is that one big wheel which is taking the whole chariot ahead. And in Mahaprabhu Sankirtan pastimes, it is Nityananda Prabhu who's like that wheel who's driving the Sankirtan movement. Because Mahaprabhu is tasting the fruit of Radha Bhav. But Nityananda Prabhu is like that one wheel, big wheel, who's driving the Sankirtan movement. And that one big wheel is called as Aakachakra. Because he is going to be the driving force in Sankirtan movement. He appears in the place called as Aakachakra, because that Aakachakra connects to the sun god. And who is that sun god? It is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So this is why Nitai appears in Aakachakra. Shastra is very, very beautiful. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. If someone can taste the nectar, the sweetness of Shastra, there is no way the mind will go anywhere. The mind will not go for rap music. The mind will not go for Bollywood or whatever. The mind is going there because there is no taste in Shastra. But if there is taste in Shastra, mind will definitely not go there. So we see that this land of Navadvipa is very, very glorious, or the land of Aakachakra is very glorious. One time, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he was found honoring prasadam. But he was found honoring prasadam with dogs. He and the dogs were eating from the same plate. Now you can imagine. We as devotees, sometimes we get offended if other devotees eat from our plate. That itself is offensive for us. Imagine dogs coming and eating from our plate. Many of us may not even eat. We will just give the plate to the dogs. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj was eating in the same plate as that of the dogs. So when the locals came, when the Navadvipasis came, and they looked at Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj and said, Babaji Maharaj, what are you doing? You're eating with the dogs. And Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj said, dogs? They are not ordinary dogs. They are the dogs of Nadia. They are the dogs of Navadvipa. Look at the faith that Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj has. For him, even a dog of Navadvipa is as glorious as a human being. Jaki rahi bhavana jaisi, Prabhu muhurat tin dekhi desi. The mode of a devotee is he sees his worshipable Lord everywhere, including a dog. Pandita Samadarshana. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshana. For him, human beings and the animals are alike. So Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj practically was eating in the plate of the dogs. Please don't try it at home. These stunts are performed by expert professionals. Please do not try it at home. Let us not find a dog in our local community, ISV or Portland or whatever, and sit down with a dog and eat with them. It is done by Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. It looks good only when they do it. We can offer obeisances to them from a distance. This is the land of Navadvipa. And we see right from Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Gaur Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj, our Prabhupada, all of them had tremendous faith in Dham. Tremendous faith. And not just Navadvipa. How about Vrindavan? We spoke about Navadvipa, but why not also speak about Vrindavan so that both the Dhams are happy? Vrindavan is equally as glorious as Navadvipa. And in our Krishna Balaram Mandir, there have been so many personalities who have blessed the temple with their presence. So many Prabhupada disciples from Krishna Balaram temple who have been spectacular in their bhajan, unparalleled. This land of Vrindavan as such, it is so glorious, dear devotees. Vrindavan Mahima explains that if someone sleeps in Vrindavan, now sleeping is tamogun, right? It is one activity that we love the most. Sleeping and prasadam. These two are our favorite. Anytime we can sleep, anytime we will honor prasadam. This is our favorite limb of Krishna consciousness. Vrindavan Mahimamrita explains the land of Vrindavan is so glorious. If someone sleeps in the land of Vrindavan for 6 hours, imagine you slept at night 10 o'clock and you got up at morning 4 o'clock. If someone sleeps in the land of Vrindavan for 6 hours, Prabodhananda Saraswati explains that person gets the benefit of offering dandavats to the Supreme Lord for 6 hours. That is Vrindavan Dham. For 6 hours you sleep, you get the benefit of offering dandavats. Please don't take inspiration. Please don't go to Vrindavan Dham next time and just keep sleeping. That is not the purpose. The purpose is even if you're sleeping, you get the benefit of offering dandavats. This is how glorious Vrindavan is. And Vrindavan is that land where Krishna doesn't sleep. Actually, Krishna never sleeps. So now the question arises, and this is a question for everyone. If Krishna doesn't sleep, why is it that we close the temple at night or in the afternoon? Krishna is not sleeping. What is the proof Krishna is not sleeping? Because he has rasa dance. What is the proof Gauranga is not sleeping? Because he has Shrivas Kirtans. So if Gauranga and Krishna are not sleeping, why close the altar? Why not keep it open? Who can answer? Why do we close the temple at night or in the afternoon? Yes, Giriraj, Giridhari. Yes, Giridhari Prabhu.
Oh, but is it like Krishna goes to Nidhivan and like goes to the rasa forest and dance?
Krishna dances, yes. But my question is, Krishna is not sleeping at that time. Krishna is dancing. So why are we closing the altar? Because we are always told that no, Krishna is maybe sleeping. That's why we close the altar. But we know, as you said, Krishna is going to Nidhivan, Seva Kunj. He's not sleeping. Yes, Divya Sundari Mataji.
In the case of Jagannath, it's because demigods are going to be performing worship for the next 3 hours or so when he is sleeping.
Wonderful. Yes, that is one understanding. We have personalities like Vibhishan who come and take darshan of Jagannath. Yes, very wonderful answer. Yes, Sumati Mataji.
Prabhuji, I'm not sure, but maybe because Krishna will be going for dancing with the gopis, so the other devotees, so it's his time with the gopis, and the altar is not open for the other devotees for whom during the day.
But Krishna is there with his associates throughout the day. In the morning he is there with his friends. Then he is there with Maya Yashoda, and then night time he is there with gopis. So why not close the altar full day? Because full day he is there with his associates. So why disturb him? Right? Valid question. Right. If he is there with his friend, then why close the altar? Divya Sundari Mataji's answer was correct. That is one answer. Yes, Vishakha Mataji. Vishakha Mataji, do you want to unmute?
Probably because like we want to inculcate this more that we treat him like a person. So we do activities like we try to do activities like that of a person. So like everyone goes to sleep at night. So we also put Krishna to sleep at night even though he may not sleep. But we want to instill this mood in us that he is also a person. What is that?
Okay, that's a good answer. One time when Aindra Prabhu started the 24-hour kirtan, so this was the initial days, and he would do night kirtans. You see how enthusiastic Sripad Aindra Prabhu was. With ankle bells, the girls use it for Bharatnatyam, Arangetram, and Aindra Prabhu would use that because he had asked the temple for a mridanga, and those days mridanga was 85 rupees, and the temple did not have money for that. So he did not have a mridanga. So he would wear ankle bells, and that was his beat. We are so fortunate. We have the best mridangas, best kartal players. Look at Aindra Prabhu. He practically didn't have anything. So when he would do kirtan, the locals or the temple devotees, they would say, why are you doing kirtan? Krishna is sleeping. Your kirtan will disturb him. Don't do kirtan. So when this was told to Aindra Prabhu just chuckled, and Aindra Prabhu said, sleeping? That's what Mother Yashoda thinks. But he is not really sleeping. At night time when Maya Yashoda has put Krishna to sleep, Krishna sneaks out and he's there with the Braja Gopis. But the question arises, why do we close the altar? And time and again, many Prabhupada disciples and even Srila Prabhupada would say, actually, altar can be open 24 hours. But because we don't have the ability to serve Krishna 24 hours, we as human beings need rest. For that, we tell the Supreme Lord, my dear Lord, you are performing pastimes throughout the day, but I don't have that ability to serve you 24 hours. So, my dear Lord, for 6 hours, I will take rest and then I will come back and serve you. But otherwise, if someone has that ability, 24 hours Krishna can be worshipped. But because human capabilities are put to check, we have to step back and say, my dear Lord, this is the maximum I can do. I need some rest. So in the land of Vrindavan, which is so glorious, we're talking about Sripad Aindra Prabhu. How can we separate Vrindavan from Aindra Prabhu? Not possible. I've heard many devotees say, Vrindavan was Vrindavan till 2010. It's no longer Vrindavan now. Till the time Sripad Aindra Prabhu was there in this world, Vrindavan was Vrindavan. One time Sripad Aindra Prabhu was going to Delhi for his Vrindavan Mellows. The recording was done, but they were going for some cassette work or CD work. So he was going to Delhi, and they sat in Vrindavan and they were going in the car. And as they were in the outskirts of Vrindavan, almost touching Delhi, Aindra Prabhu told the driver, lower the glass, lower the glass, lower the glass. The driver said, what happened? Aindra Prabhu said, no, lower the glass. And they lowered the glass, and Aindra Prabhu, there was a mosquito inside. So Aindra Prabhu just sent the mosquito out. So the driver was scratching his head. He said, Prabhuji, you could have done this way earlier. What was the need for stopping the car now and lowering the glass and sending the mosquito out? You know what Aindra Prabhu said? Aindra Prabhu said, this mosquito has been there with us from Krishna Balaram Mandir, which means this mosquito is a Brajvasi. Now that we are leaving Vrindavan and going to Delhi, I will get the karma of taking a Brajvasi out of Vrindavan and taking him to Delhi, because this mosquito cannot fly back to Vrindavan Dham, which means I will incur the sin of taking a Brajvasi out of Vrindavan, which means Radharani will never accept me. Lower the glass, lower the glass. And Aindra will put the mosquito out. Now the mosquito will be happy in Vrindavan Dham. This is faith. This is seeing a mosquito also as a Brajavasi. Same mood as Jagannath Das Babaji, seeing a dog as a Nadiyavasi. This is faith, dear devotees. This is faith, where we see even small insects and animals as Brajvasis or Dhamvasis. Sripad Aindra Prabhu. One time, one devotee came to Aindra Prabhu and he had got a job in Malaysia. So he came to Aindra Prabhu and said that, Prabhu, I have to go to Malaysia. So please give me your blessings. And Aindra Prabhu was the last person who would encourage anyone to leave Vrindavan. He would quote verses after verses to make sure the person lives in Vrindavan, but he never liked anyone leave Vrindavan. So this devotee came and said, Prabhuji, I have to go to Malaysia. I've got a job, so please give me blessings. And reluctantly, Aindra Prabhu gave blessings. And then Aindra Prabhu left. And then this devotee left. And after he left, Aindra Prabhu said something very, very fascinating. Sripad Aindra Prabhu said, while leaving Vrindavan, if you don't have tears in your eyes, I am sorry, Prabhu, you were never in Vrindavan. If while leaving Braj, you don't have tears in your eyes, I am sorry, you were never in Braj. You are maybe externally in Braj, but internally never. Because the classic characteristic of someone who is in Braj is when he is leaving Braj, there will be tears in his eyes. A genuine devotee never wants to leave the land of Vrindavan. You see in Braj Bhasha also, there are so many wonderful songs that illustrate the same point. There is one very beautiful Braj Bhasha song that is sung even in Man Mandir, Varsana. ब्रज त्याज के मैं कहीं नहीं जाऊं, ब्रज त्याज के मैं कहीं नहीं जाऊं, ब्रज त्याज के मैं कहीं नहीं जाऊं, रसिक संतान के दर्शन पाओ, जग से प्रीति हटाई, राधा नाम परम Sukhadai. Very beautifully the Acharya say, Braj tyaj ke मैं कहीं नहीं जाऊं. The mood of a Gaudiya Vaishnava sadhu is we don't want to leave Vrindavan. We always want to be in Vrindavan, and wherever a sadhu is someone, whatever, wherever he sees, he remembers only Vrindavan. He remembers only Krishna. Faith has developed so much in the heart that he sees only Krishna. Srila Jayapataka Maharaj was one time in Atlanta, and you see, you have the famous company Gap, GAP. You have hoodies, Gap hoodies, very famous. So it was winter time, and they took Jayapataka Maharaj to the store, Gap store. So he saw, oh, GAP, Govinda Purusham. He connected GAP to Govinda Purusham. We have seen Gap store so many times. When was the last time we remembered Govinda Purusham? Similarly, another Prabhupada disciple was saying, it's not Dubai, it's Do Bhai, Krishna Balaram. It's two brothers, Do Bhai, Krishna Balaram. Similarly, we see in the East Coast primarily, we have a store called as the Five Guys. We would have heard, Five Guys. There's a store, Five Guys. Who are the Five Guys? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Panchatattva. These are the Five Guys. So Krishna can be seen at every place. In every place, in every small subatomic particle, Krishna can be seen if that vision is there. And this is the mood of a Brajvasi. He will see his Ishtadev everywhere. Prahlad Maharaj's mood was like this. Sthavara Jangama dekhe na dekhe Tara Murti Sarvatra hoy Nija Ishtadeva Spurti. He would have Spurti of his Ishtadev every single place, wherever he went. This is Gaudiya Vaishnava Sadhu. This land of Braj is so special. The Vrindavan Mahima Amrita Hari Bhakti Vilas explains that 1 year of bhakti, please hear this. It explains 1 year of bhakti in Vrindavan is equivalent to 1,000 years of bhakti anywhere on this planet. I repeat, 1 year of bhakti in the land of Braja is equivalent to 1,000 years of bhakti anywhere on this planet. Now 1,000 years, if you just do the math, on an average, how many years do we live? 80 years, which means 1,000 divided by 80 is about 13, which means 1 year of bhakti in Vrindavan is almost equivalent to 13 lifetimes of bhakti anywhere on this planet. This is how powerful Vrindavan Dham is. 1 year of Krishna consciousness. And for everything that you do, you get 1,000 times the benefit. Fast track back home, back to Godhead. Lazy, intelligent way of getting Krishna, as Sripad Aindra Prabhu would say. It's a fast track way. This land of Braj is very, very special. When Sripad Aindra Prabhu was there in Vrindavan, he had so much faith in Radha Shama Sundar. So much faith in Radha Shama Sundar. One time Sripad Mukundatta Prabhu was telling me, who is the head pujari of Krishna Balaram Mandir. One time Aindra Prabhu and Mukundatta Prabhu were dressing Radha Shama Sundar. And as the dressing unfolded and the whole dressing was done and they were about to open for Darshanarti, Sripad Mukundatta Prabhu looked at Aindra Prabhu and said, isn't Radharani very beautiful? And Sripad Aindra Prabhu to that he replied, oh, all day, every day. He said, my Radharani, oh, she is beautiful all day, every day. Another time Aindra Prabhu, when he was asked, he said, if you see Krishna, you will faint. But if you see my Radharani, you will die. The eyes will not able to take it. If you see Krishna, you will faint. But if you see my Radha, you will die. He said that is how beautiful Srimati Radharani is. How does this realization even come in their heart? It comes through faith. It comes through faith in Sadhu Guru Shastra. This is the most subtlest point. It starts with faith and then it unfolds, it blossoms into realizations in the heart. Another time when Sripad Aindra Prabhu was dressing Radha Sham Sundar, they were about to open for Darshanarti morning 7:15. And Sripad Mukundatta Prabhu asked Aindra Prabhu, can we open? Is everything okay? And Sripad Aindra Prabhu immediately ran towards Shama Sundar. And he went and embraced Shama Sundar. He went and embraced the deity. Look at the love and affection. We all know Aindra Prabhu for Kirtan, but Aindra Prabhu is such a personality who's way more than just Kirtan. There are so many facets to his life, and deity worship is one among them. He went and embraced Shamasundar, and in the year of Shamasundar, Sripad Aindra Prabhu said, "You promise me that you will never leave me. I have left everyone for you. Krishna, you promise me you will never leave me." When tears were flowing from his eyes like Ganga and Jamuna. This is bhakti, dear devotees. It is only tears that conquers Krishna. None of our material assets conquer Krishna. He is not attracted by any of those things. Manne dhanabhijana rupa tapashrutojas teja prabhava bala paurusha buddhi yoga naradhanani bhavanti parasya pumsam bhaktya tudoshna bhagavan gajayutapaya. 799 Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj makes the same point. It's not our wealth. It's not our education. It's not our strength. It's not our so-called beauty, if at all we have. And we know how our beauty is. Our beauty is such, if we think we are very handsome or very beautiful, tomorrow morning when you get up, before taking a bath, look at yourself in the mirror. You will understand how beautiful you are or how handsome you are. Our beauty, our so-called whatever it is very fleeting. That's not beauty. Prahlad Maharaj says none of these things attract Krishna. Why? Because Krishna has these things way more than what we possess. There's only one thing that conquers Krishna's heart: bhakti. And bhakti with tears is what Krishna is looking out for. Bilva Mangala Thakur cried, he got Krishna. Dhruva cried, he got Krishna. Prahlad cried, he got Krishna. Rukmini cried, he got Krishna. Gopis cried, they got Krishna. Bhishma Dev cried, he got Krishna. Dear devotees, it is seen, those who have cried for Krishna, they have got Krishna. This is the easiest way to conquer Krishna's heart. One time, one disciple asked Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, Gurudev, what if we cannot cry for Krishna? This is our state also, we are not able to cry for Krishna. Heart is so, it's become like a stone that we are not able to cry for Krishna. We hear about Krishna, but we are not able to cry for Krishna. Like the sadhus who have cried in the past. So one disciple asked Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, Gurudev, what if we cannot cry for Krishna? And Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, in his typical Gaur Govinda Maharaj fashion, he said, cry that you cannot cry for Krishna. If you cannot cry, cry that you cannot cry for him. Because nothing is going to attract him except your tears. Murka kahe vipra ami artha nahi jani shuddha ashuddha Gita padi guru agya mani. That South Indian Brahmana was holding the Gita upside down but had tears. Mahaprabhu embraced him and gave him love of Godhead. Those who have cried have got Krishna. This is an open secret. This is why Gaur Govinda Maharaj in Bhuvaneshwar started an organization called as the Crying School. If you go to Bhuvaneshwar, there is a crying school where Gaur Govinda Maharaj's intention was to teach everyone the art of crying for Krishna. The name of the school is Crying School. We have different types of school. We have University of Washington. You may have maybe something in Portland, something in UC Davis, something in Columbus. But never is there a school which is called as the Crying School. All glories to Gaur Govinda Maharaj, who started a school called as the Crying School, where you can come and learn the art of crying for Krishna. This is the only way, dear devotees. This land of Navadvipa and land of Vrindavan is filled with the tears of love of devotees. And every time we walk in Brajaraj, we are actually being bathed in the tears of those devotees who have sat down at that place and cried for Krishna. For those who have been to Vrindavan, you will see the water is always salty, right? Water is very salty. Why? This question was asked again to Sripad Aindra Prabhu. I told you, when you're talking about Vrindavan, you cannot separate Aindra Prabhu. For everything, Aindra Prabhu has his realization. This question was asked to Sripad Aindra Prabhu, that why is it that water in Braj, that it is very salty? And Sripad Aindra Prabhu very beautifully said, when Krishna was taken out from the land of Vrindavan, when Akrura came and took Krishna and Balaram out from Braj. Please hear this. This is the last 1 minute. When Akrura came and took Krishna and Balaram out from Vrindavan, the gopis of Vrindavan cried and cried and cried in front of Akrura. They looked at Akrura and said, "Who named you Akrura? Your name should be Krura. You are doing such a cruel activity. Who named you Akrura? You should be Krura." The Braja Gopis, Bilva Mangalacharan explains, the Braja Gopis fell in front of Akrura. They were falling in front of the wheels of the chariot. Please don't take Krishna. They looked at Brahma and said, "What faulty creation have you made? Aho vidata stavana kvachidaya." You didn't have any mercy on us. All that we are asking is Krishna's association, and you took him out of Vrindavan Dham. The gopis were crying like anything. Sripad Aindra Prabhu explains, those tears ended up touching Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham. Those tears mixed with the land of Vrindavan Dham. And now, tears are salty in nature. Right? Tears are salty in nature. Sripad Aindra Prabhu would say, it is those salty tears of the Braja Gopis that got deposited in the land of Vrindavan. And even 5,000 years have been done. We still can taste that saltiness in the water, because this salt is not normal salt, but it is from the tears of the Braja Gopis who cried 5,000 years back in remembrance of Krishna and Balaram. We are very, very fortunate, dear devotees. Srila Prabhupada has very kindly given us the land of Navadvipa and very kindly given us the land of Sri Vrindavan Dham. And attachment to Vrindavan and Navadvipa opens the gates of the spiritual world. And this attachment to Vrindavan and Navadvipa can only rise in our heart when we love and have faith in the words of a Brajvasi. When we have attachment and faith in the words of a Brajvasi, then there is naturally faith and attachment in the land of Braj or Navadvipa. Vrindavan or Navadvipa doesn't open up all by itself in our heart. It has to be opened up by a sadhu who is a talking, walking Braj-rasik sadhu. So in this way, I humbly want to pause here and thank everyone for very kindly engaging my tongue in the glorification of Sri Navadvipa Dham, the glorification of Sri Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham in this most auspicious month of Kartik. Thank you to all the devotees who are managing and organizing the ISV Youth Jam. My heartfelt gratitude to all of you for very kindly doing it for weeks and weeks together. And I just hope and pray that in the years to come, the numbers just increase and it doubles and triples. And not just ISV, but we can have the whole of North America under one roof called as the Youth Jam. Thank you so much to all the devotees present here. And my millions of obeisances to Sripad Vaisheshika Prabhu, who is a talking, walking Brajavasi and who is also right now in the land of Vrindavan Dham. We pray to him. We pray to the disciples of Prabhupada, including Srila Prabhupada, that may they be kind upon us, so that one day we can also learn the art of crying for Krishna by going to the crying school of Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bo.
Thank you so much, Arjun Sakha Prabhu, for enlivening us with such a beautiful talk on how faith is the heart of bhakti. And would you like to take a few questions or reflections in these last few minutes?
Yes, we can.
All right. So Advi, you can go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Just like a couple of months back, I came here to US for my master's, and as I came here, I was missing devotee association so much. The place where I live is like people are all surrounded with Maya, like meat eating and all. I was like so badly missing Krishna consciousness and the devotee association. This youth jam has provided me this today. Like Krishna has blessed me. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I cannot express my gratitude to you and all the other Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis present over here. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. May this be the start of many more participation of yours in the Youth Jam and in many other programs. And hopefully, we can also visit the Chicago temple, Shri Kishore Kishori. So beautiful.
I know they are very beautiful, but the place where I live, it's quite far and there is no public transport. So whenever I'll get opportunity, whenever Krishna calls me, I'll go.
Sure. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Rancher.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I think I'll echo everyone's sentiments when I say that it was a very wonderful program, something that all of us needed and very much enjoyed. So thank you for giving us your valuable time. I just had one question. I know towards the middle of the class you made a quotation about the mercy of Lord Nityananda. I think you quoted 4 verses, but I didn't get the exact quotation. Can you say the last one was by getting the mercy of Lord Nityananda you get the mercy of you get Krishna. Can you just say that?
Nityananda prasade se gaura chandra jane, Nityananda prasade se Vaishnave rachini, Nityananda prasade se Ninda jara shai, Nityananda prasade se Vishnu bhakti hai. This comes from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. Vrindavan Das Thakur. So if you just put Nityananda Prasade in Google, I'm pretty sure you should get the verse. And there's one more verse I said. There's one more verse from Chaitanya Bhagavat which we said at the start. Se tahare priti kare, se kare amare, satya 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 vipra kohila tumare. This is again Chaitanya Bhagavat.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. May you by heart and may you also quote it in your classes and inspire others. Hare Krishna.
Are there any more reflections or questions for Prabhu? Yes, Ansh.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I'll be visiting
You're on mute, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so I'll be visiting Vrindavan Dham next month, and I was wondering, how do we approach the Dham in the right mood, and with what intentions should we go with?
In fact, I'm going to Vrindavan on Tuesday in another 3 days. So this was also preparation for me to go to the land of Vrindavan Dham. Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj explains that when we go to Dham, we go not in the mood of enjoying. We go in the mood of servant. We always go in the mood of servant. We go in the mood of serving the Vaishnavas there. Never in the mood of exploiting. It's not a sightseeing that we are going for. Ye jagah acha hai, clicking photos. Clicking photos is great. Appreciating the place is great, but we also go in the mode of a servant. Gopi bhartur padakamalayur, das anudas. We go in the mode of a servant of the servant of the servant. And that's when Vrindavan reveals itself. Primarily, when we go to Braj, there are quite a few things we can do. Rather than setting the mood after going to Vrindavan, the ideal standard is we set the mood before going to Vrindavan. So that when we are going to Braj, we are familiar with what the places are, what the mood is, what the sentiments are, what are the pastimes that took place, etc. Now, how can you channel yourself for this? Number one, start hearing classes that speak about Vrindavan Dham, where pastimes of Vrindavan are explained. There are so many, if you go to ISKCON Desiratory, you will find many classes where Prabhupada disciples have spoken about pastimes in the land of Braja. Second, read the books that speak about pastimes of Braja. You have the book of Lokanath Maharaj, you have the book of Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, you have the book of Dinabandhu Prabhu. It's a never-ending list. Read pastimes about Vrindavan Dham from books. Hear about Vrindavan. Yes, Dhama Mahima, Shivaram Maharaj, yes. That book is also there. Read about Vrindavan, hear about Vrindavan. And most importantly, whenever you get time, even before going to Vrindavan, make sure that the mind is always absorbed. Because going to Vrindavan and keeping the mind thinking about things that are very material is a disservice that we can do to the land of Vrindavan. That place which can award the highest liberation, the highest perfection, prema bhakti, if after going there we are thinking about what happened in a football game, what happened in a cricket game, what happened probably in some Bollywood music or something like that. It's a very big disservice that we can do for Dham, because that is the home of Srimati Radharani, and the thoughts ideally should be centered around Radha and Krishna. So in order to train your mind, you have to start that well in advance. Hear classes about Braj, read books about Braj, and try, if online, if you can, like YouTube and so many other platforms, try to hear more, if possible. Hear about, like, ISKCON Desire is always there, but even YouTube, you will have classes, video classes, where sadhus are speaking about Vrindavan Dham. Because generally it is seen audio is great, but when you have visuals, it has a stronger impact in your heart. Audio coupled with video has a very strong impact. Whatever you do, try to make sure you get Vrindavan there. Through books, through classes, through videos, through devotees. When you meet devotees, try to ask them about Vrindavan. Or if you have heard about Vrindavan, tell them about Vrindavan. Let the tongue always keep saying Braja, 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 Braja. This was Aindra Prabhu's mood. Prayers to the dust of Vrindavan, Vrindavan Mellows, Braja Bilas. Every album was Vrindavan, Braja, 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 Braja. One gets a lot of purity just by saying Braja. This land is extremely powerful, way more than what we can think. So channel yourself with these things, books, audio classes, video classes, and whenever you meet devotees, when you go for a Sunday feast, ISV, or whichever congregation you are from, Pennsylvania. So whichever, if you go for a Sunday feast, when you meet the devotees, make sure you share what you have heard. Sharing is caring. And when you share, you will remember it very strongly. And when you go to different places, it will be strong in your head. So start hearing about Vrindavan. Hearing is the best way of absorbing the mind. When Sachinandan Maharaj asked Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj that if you have to encapsulate the whole of Krishna consciousness philosophy in one word, what will that one word be? And Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj said, absorption. He said absorption. With absorption, one can make the strongest advancement, irrespective of wherever we are. One can be out of Vrindavan, and by mentally thinking about Vrindavan, one can actually be in Vrindavan. And on the flip side, there can be someone who's actually physically residing in Vrindavan, but the mind is outside. In that case, he is there in Vrindavan, but actually is not there in Vrindavan. So we are where our mind is. So always think about Vrindavan, speak about Vrindavan, read books about Vrindavan, hear classes about Vrindavan, see audio visuals about Vrindavan. Go to YouTube and see some Vrindavan Parikrama, Govardhan Parikrama. You have visuals. If you can go to Belvan, Bhandirvan, Kumudvan, Lovan, Kokilavan. There are all YouTube videos for this. Sit here and keep watching. What if you cannot go for Kartik Yatra? No problem. Technology is always there. Sitting at one place, if you have internet, you can see visuals and you can be in Vrindavan Dham. So take advantage of technology. We are not against technology, but we are those devotees who use technology for our benefit, for making advancement. So watch videos about the land of Vrindavan and simply dive deep and nourish yourself with Brajaras. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I hope to see you in Vrindavan.
Definitely. Hare Krishna. Yes, Giridhari Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So, yeah, so when you said Nityananda, meaning Nityananda is mostly for like Lord Chaitanya, does it also apply for like I guess expansions like Lord Anantashesh to get like the mercy of Lord Vishnu or Lakshmana's mercy to get like a Lord Ram? Does the same mercy apply for both has like expansions and which others?
It does. Definitely by getting the mercy of Lakshman, one is more dear to Sri Ram. Getting the mercy of Ananta, one is dear to Vishnu. But Nityananda Prabhu works different. Nityananda Prabhu is that personality who is mad in Krishna consciousness. There is no one who is more mad than Nityananda Prabhu. He is an Avadut. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur defines what an Avadut is. Avadut is someone who doesn't take care of his body. Is transcendentally mad. Imagine you throw a pot at Lakshman. What is going to happen? Surpanaka tried that. Huh?
She got mad when he got mad.
Correct. Surpanaka tried that. Like she was battling Sri Ram and she's trying to cause harm to Sita Devi. What did Lakshman do? From top, Lakshman did an ENT surgery. He cut the nose. No, he did an ENT surgery. That's Lakshman. Ananta Shesh is also no less, very, very powerful. Balaram. Oh, Balaram is the height. He goes for a Tirth Yatra. He tells Krishna that, oh, I don't want to fight a battle. He says, Krishna, I don't want to fight a battle. And then he goes for Tirth Yatra. And in Tirth Yatra, he kills Romaharshan. In Tirth Yatra, he kills. This is Balaram. This is Lakshman. So yes, they are merciful, but they also have their rules. Nityananda Prabhu is mad. He's literally transcendently mad. He doesn't consider any offenses. Madhai was drinking alcohol, that same pot. Imagine throwing a liquor bottle at our deity. Can we even think of doing it? What is become liquor bottle? Like we devotees follow 4 regulative principles, so no liquor. But imagine taking a glass of water, and you're throwing it at your deity. Will we even do that? Maybe not. And here is Nityananda Prabhu. Madhai throws the pot. And Nityananda Prabhu doesn't say anything. He's bleeding, but doesn't say anything. The world has probably never seen a more merciful form of the Supreme Lord than Nityananda Prabhu. So yes, Lakshman is merciful, and then you get the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and so with Balaram and Krishna. But Nitai is several notches higher. Heno Nitai Vinay Bhai Radha Krishna Paitenai. Without Nitai, no one gets anything. Chaitanya Charitamrita explains, Preme Matta Nityananda Kripa Avatar. Uttama Adhama Kichu Nakare Bichar. Jai Age Pade Tara Karav Uddhar Preme Matta Nityananda Kripa Avatar. Who is Nitai? Preme Matta. He's mad in Prem. He's saturated. And now he wants to give it to others. Uttama Adhama Kichu Nakare Bichar. He doesn't even see whether someone is following 4 regulative principles. Was Madhai following regulative principles enough? He had broken all the regulative principles. His bucket list was to do all the things that are wrong. He had ticked all the boxes. That was Madhai. But what happened after that? Vrindavan Das Thakur says, by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, Madhai became Madhavananda. Jagai became Jagadananda. From that day onwards, Jagadananda and Madhavananda started chanting 128 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. By the mercy of Nitai. Hare Krishna. We always criticize Jagai and Madhai, but here is Nityananda Prabhu making them from 0 rounds to 128 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Nitai is definitely several notches higher. Hare Krishna. Yes. Divya Sundari Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. So I have 2 questions. I think so the first one is, I had the good fortune of visiting Melkot Dham. I'm from Karnataka, so I had the good fortune of visiting Melkot Dham when we were in Karnataka to visit my grandparents, and it was possibly the most beautiful experience, the best experience I've ever had in my life, actually. And when I came out internally, and I feel really ashamed of this, but comparisons started coming between this dham and say Vrindavan and all this stuff, and I was feeling really horrible with that. And also, as much as I try not to, I'm a very fallen person, and I constantly develop comparisons between senior devotees of Sripad. And I always feel really guilty about it. So how do we not develop discrimination between dhams and also the devotees?
Thank you so much for your question. And it is a question that many may have, but many may not have the courage to speak up. So I'm glad you mustered courage to put the question forward. As far as Vrindavan Dham is concerned, now as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, for us, Vrindavan, Mayapur and Jagannath Puri are the topmost. This is the topmost, and it is not a sectarian point. What is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying? Srinath Chakravarti in Chaitanya Matamanjusha explains, Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesh Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kajitupasanam Radhavadhum Varghena Yakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumar Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tatradhara Napara. Who is saying Srinath Chakravarti? Now, what is Srinath Chakravarti Thakur saying? He is resonating with the idea of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, for Mahaprabhu, Vrindavan Dham is the highest. Tad Dhama Vrindavanam. Who are the highest? The Braja Gopis. Mahaprabhu himself is saying this. And this is not the first time. What is Rup Goswami saying in Upadeshamrit? In the 8th verse of Upadeshamrit, what is Rup Goswami saying? Tishthan vrajeta anuragi jananugami kalam nayad akhilam ityopadesha saram. What is the Upadesha saram? What's the essence of all instructions? Rup Goswami says, pick your bags, run to Vrindavan, never come back. Tishthan vrajet tad anuragi jananugami. Tishthan vraje, go to Vrindavan. But in Vrindavan, do what? Tad anuragi jananugami. Jana anugami. Anugaman karna, which means follow in the footsteps who are anuragi, who are deep in love and affection for Radha and Krishna in the land of Vrindavan. Kalam nayed akhilam iti upadesha saram. Rupa Goswami says, go to Vrindavan, this is the essence. Rupa Goswami is saying Vrindavan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying Vrindavan. What did Mahaprabhu tell all the 6 Goswamis? Tumi jao Vrindavan. Right? What did he tell Rupa Goswami? Tumi jao Vrindavan. What did he tell Sanatan Goswami, Bhugarbha Goswami, Lokanath Goswami? Tumi jao Vrindavan. So Mahaprabhu's heart is Vrindavan. And as Gaudiyas, our heart is also Vrindavan. Our heart should beat Vrindavan, 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 Praja, Praja, Praja. This is the heart of the Gaudiyas, or Mayapur, or Jagannath Puri. For different devotees, in between the 3 lands, devotees get attracted in different fashions. Now this example is given. In comparison to other dhams you mentioned, like for example, Ayodhya, Pandharpur, and so many such dhams are there. Where do they stand in comparison to Sri Vrindavan Dham or Sri Mayapur Dham, etc.? Just like a lady, when she is married, right? Maybe if someone's mic is, I think, on. When a lady is married, what happens? She has a husband and she loves the husband. But she respects the brother-in-laws. She doesn't love them. She respects the brother-in-laws, but her love is only for her husband. Correct? We're talking about the chaste wife. If there is a chaste wife, she will love only the husband, but she will respect the brother-in-laws. Similarly, it is explained, we are like the chaste wives. Vrindavan Dham is our husband. We are eternally married to the land of Vrindavan. All other dhams are like the brothers. They are the brother-in-laws of Vrindavan. Ayodhya, Pandharpur, etc. We respect them. But in our heart, we are convinced Vrindavan is the highest. This is not sectarian. This is Gaudiya Braj mood. In our heart, we are convinced that nothing supersedes Vrindavan Dham. Why did Prabodhananda Saraswati write Vrindavan Mahima Amrita? He doesn't write Delhi Mahima Amrita. He doesn't write Mumbai Mahima Amrita. He doesn't write Detroit Mahima Amrita. He doesn't write Seattle Mahima Amrita, Columbus Mahima Amrita, Portland Mahima Amrita. He writes Vrindavan Mahima Amrita. Why? Because there is something about Vrindavan that is unparalleled. No place can be equal to Vrindavan Dham. That is the mood of the Gaudiyas. Now, if you are following Sri Vaishnavas, for them it is different. But as followers of Sri Sachinandan Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Vrindavan is everything. When Mahaprabhu took sannyas, where did Mahaprabhu want to go? Vrindavan Dham. Mahaprabhu didn't want to go to Kashi. Mahaprabhu didn't say, I want to go to Ayodhya. Mahaprabhu didn't say, I want to go to Pandharpur. He said, I want to go to Vrindavan. So this is Gaudiya mode. It is not wrong. When our heart is beating for Vrindavan or Navadvipa or Jagannath Puri at the highest, this is perfect. But we don't criticize other dhams. We respect them. We know that is also great. But for me, it is not as great as Vrindavan, Navadvip, or Jagannath Puri. These 3 places are the highest. Now, this is question 1. Question 2, in relation to comparisons or superiority of Prabhupada disciples, if that thought is there in the mind. in the Gaudiya Math, when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was there, many times the disciples would come and complain to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur that Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada, look at him, he's not doing any service. He's doing this, he's doing that. They would criticize. And the other devotee would also criticize. And there would be curses and counter curses going back and forth, all in front of Saraswati Thakur. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had one exercise that he did in the Gaudiya Math, and this is one exercise that you can do. This is one exercise everyone can do. Next time you feel or you criticize someone, this is one exercise you can do to control our tongue. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in the Gaudiya Math had kept a rule. If you criticize someone, then you have to vocalize 3 good qualities of that person. For example, you criticize Mr. X, then vocalize, not just think. Say 3 good qualities of that person. Not that, hey, that devotee doesn't have any good quality. Prabhuji, he doesn't have any good quality. No, every devotee has good quality. Everyone has a good quality. If you criticize, vocalize 3 good qualities. And then don't just stop at 3. Start with 3, go to 5, then 7, then go to 10. What happens over a period of time when you keep doing this, mind will only like honeybee look for good qualities. Then there will be a time, if you ask for good qualities like Ganga, good qualities of the devotee will flow, and the criticism that you are doing is now kept to the side. What is right now happening is like Ganga, criticism is flowing, but good qualities are not coming in our mouths. We can see all good qualities for ourselves. We can write a whole book about how great we are. But if we are asked to glorify someone else, we don't have words. But for criticism, we have words. So let us do this exercise of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Next time you feel like criticizing, or next time we feel, oh, I'm very great. I'm someone very, very great. Vocalize 3 good qualities of another devotee. Don't just keep it in your mind. Say it. Oh, this devotee is good in this. This devotee is actually good in this. He's actually, or he or she is good in this. When you start doing this, then every time you see devotee's mind will start looking for what good qualities that they have. And in no time you will see in the whole congregation, your mind will be like the honeybee, only looking for the honey like good qualities. And this is advancement. So this is a small exercise you can do.
Thank
Hare
you
Krishna.
so much. And if it's sorry, and if it's okay, can I ask one more question if time permits? So every
I'm
time.
okay. I don't know what the host have.
Yes, so we're actually running super short on time. We're hitting
Sorry.
No problem at all. We're just hitting over 2 hours now, so I think it'd be a good stopping point. Thank you so much, Divya Sundari Mataji, for asking such wonderful questions, and to all the other devotees asking questions as well. They really help benefit everybody in this call right now. But most importantly, we'd like to thank His Grace Arjun Sakha Prabhu for coming to Youth Gem and giving such a wonderful talk. And in ISV, we have this tradition that we clap until the speaker can't take it anymore. We keep on clapping until our hands hurt. I'm sure Arjun Sakha Prabhu, you've experienced it firsthand here at ISV. So even though we're on Zoom, please, you can unmute and just say Haribol, or even show an emoji just to express your gratitude for Prabhu to come here. Seeing so many reactions. Thank you, Prabhu, once again for coming and enlivening us.
That's definitely a very, very silent clap. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. So in the chat, we're just having a couple of links come through. So Youth Gem happens every week, and we have different themes per month. So Prabhu's talk today was on faith, and he also covered the dhams, which is perfect because our theme for November was diving deeper into the dham. So this sets the exact mood and mindset. And then if you would like to join our discussion forum, you can click on the link, the second link that we have. Daily, we have devotees posting questions and talking on about Krishna Katha. We even have Japa calling channels. And then we also send out weekly mailing lists. So you can join that by clicking the last link. Right now, we are conducting Youth Gym by following Maharaj's instructions of keeping the transcendental vibration going. But next week, we will be having Maharaj here again to join us since he's back from his Kartik trip. So with that being said, please join us again. We look forward to seeing many of you again and again. And a big, big thank you to Arjun Sakha Prabhu for joining us as well. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.